Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. Got a couple of questions to answer today about used tractors, and I thought I'd put these two questions together in one video. First comes from Darwin, and Darwin is getting ready to trade his John Deere 3032E in on a bigger tractor. And he wondered what I thought of the advantages, disadvantages of selling it outright or trading it. And the other question comes from Wayne, and he wants to know the value of his Kioti tractor. Well, let's talk about the Deere first. Of course, if you sell it outright, you're going to make more money than if you traded it to the dealer. Dealer's got to make profit. He'll trade for wholesale and sell for retail, and that's where his profit is. And, you know, there's lots of ways to sell now that are pretty inexpensive. Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace are two that come to mind. So you'll make more, and we'll talk about how much more in a little bit later in the video. But the disadvantages of selling it outright, you got people coming to your property, they know you have a tractor. Tractor theft is a big problem. If they bring a stack of $100 bills to pay you and they're counterfeit, you're in big trouble. Lots of issues like that there, and there are people out there that try to take advantage of folks that are selling stuff. So you got to watch out for that. Let's talk about Wayne's question. Wayne has a 2015 Kioti CK30, 30 horsepower tractor with a gear drive transmission. And he's getting ready to, well, he didn't actually say. He may be trying to sell it or trade it or whatever, but he's wanting to know where to find a value for that. Because, you know, with a car, you can go online to Edmunds and Carfax, and I don't know, there's several different places, and find the value of your car. Is there a place like that on the internet for a tractor? Wayne, I don't think so. I've never found it. Dealers get books from their trade associations where they get used equipment values, but nobody trusts those books because it's on the honor system, and the dealers have to report the values, and they tend to overinflate the values of the tractor brands they sell when they're selling them used, and trash everybody else's values. So nobody really goes by those. But I've got a Tractor Mike formula for kind of getting in the ballpark about used values, and we're going to go into the computer and I'm going to show you how to do it, and then I'm going to tell you where you can download a spreadsheet I'm using that'll help you determine the value of your tractor and if it's wise to go in and trade it or to sell it yourself. Let's go inside, and I'll take my coat off. Whew. Yeah, feel better. Okay, we're going to go to a website here, and this is where dealers go to auction off surplus inventory, and it's called Auction Time. And Auction Time, we're going to put in our browser there, is a division of Tractor House, which is the main place that dealers advertise their equipment. We're going to go down here to auctiontime.com search. And this is where we're going to find what the tractors are wholesaling for. And up here at the top, in this toolbar, it says farm equipment. It may default to a different tab, but we're going to go to auction results. And this tells us what tractors have actually sold for that mostly dealers were auctioning off. And that's going to give us wholesale value. Now you can scroll up and down. They've got every piece of equipment known to man, every brand. But we're just going to go over here to the right and type in Kioti. And down below, we're going to type in CK30 for the model number. And that's going to take us to results of recent auctions. And there won't be very many here. Most dealers sell their tractors at retail. They don't auction them, especially the small ones, because there's such a good demand for small tractors. So when we scroll down, we find we've actually found two tractors that auctioned off in the last couple of years. A 2012 CK30 that brought $78.75, and one we don't know what year that had several hours on it that brought $7,040. Now, we know Wayne's tractor is a newer tractor by 3 years than the 2012 CK30, and it's a low-hour tractor, and it's been taken care of. So I'm gonna estimate that if Wayne's tractor was on here, it would have brought maybe, let's say $80 to $100. I don't think I'm far off on that. So now I've got a spreadsheet that I want to show you where we're going to enter some numbers in based on 80 to 100 being about the estimated wholesale value if a dealer auctioned it off to somebody that never got to see it and bought it online. So let's go to the spreadsheet. Here's our spreadsheet. So where it says average tractor value, we're going to enter that 80 to 100 number. And if I'm a dealer and I bring a tractor in on trade or off auction, I'm going to have to recondition it. And so I'm going to enter in $350 for reconditioning, and I'm going to enter in $100 for advertising. I've got to pay somebody to advertise this online. So I'm going to come up with a dealer allowance of $79.50 for Wayne's tractor. If I'm a dealer, that's what I'm going to offer him in trade. Now with Wayne, though, it's maybe worth a little bit more. Maybe the options or the condition is different. I'm going to say buying from Wayne if he's taken good care of his tractor, maybe, and he's changed the oil and the dealer's done all the work, maybe it's worth $1,800 more than just what those auction tractors are. And Wayne's tractor's got R1 or ag tires, so I'm going to take off. I'm going to enter a -150 for having an option that's not quite as desirable as what the ones online had. So that gives me an adjustment of $1,650, which populates over here automatically in the left column. And that gives me a wholesale value of $9,600. If I'm a dealer trading for Wayne's tractor, that might be what I'd offer him. Now, what am I going to make on it? 12%. Maybe ask 18% and settle for 12%. That gives me an asking price of around $11,700. And a bottom dollar of $10,900. Every dealer's got to have a little wiggle room because people like to negotiate. So you know, maybe $12,500 on the asking price and $11,500 on their, you know, it depends on the demand. And compact tractors are in really good demand right now. So now we're going to go to another site. We're going to go to the Tractor House parent site to see what, and this is where dealers advertise their inventory. And we're going to go to tractors less than 40 horsepower to see what asking prices are. And you'll see a wide spread here on these tractors. And we're going to go to their place and enter in Kioti CK30 and see what other dealers are asking for them. And click on Kioti, and over here to the left is CK30. You've got CK30 hydrostats and gear. The CK30 gear is what we're going to click on because that's what Wayne's tractor is. Now there's one for $14,500, which seems really high to me. And if you look in the background, the trees have leaves on them, so they're asking $14,500. They've had that for a while. Here's one in the snow that probably just came in. It seems more realistic. It's a CK30 with 600 hours on it for $12,900. And that to me sounds about right. Now there's other models of Kiotis. Here's a CK27, which is the next smaller one. We're going to click on that. And there's one for $11,900. There's one without a loader for $79.50, and that sounds about right. And well, this $11,900 one is at my alma mater, S&H Farm Supply. I actually worked at their Rogersville store, but this was at their Joplin store, and that's not far off where we're at on our calculation, which doesn't really surprise me, and that sounds about right. So that's how you kind of figure what a used tractor is worth, both wholesale and retail. So when you look at our spreadsheet here, you know, there's a 12 to 18% difference between what a dealer would give us and what we could get for it if we were asking for it. So, you know, our Deere tractor is probably going to be in that ballpark difference. So you'll get more if you sell it outright versus putting it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. But that gives Wayne an idea what a dealer would give him in trade for it and what he probably ought to ask for it and possibly get. If you'd like to have a copy of this spreadsheet, I'm going to put it on my website, and you can download it for free anytime, an Excel version of this, and just enter in whatever numbers you want. But that'll give you a ballpark number. Here's my website if you'd like to download this spreadsheet, and here's a video I did about evaluating a used tractor you might want to watch. And if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would be honored. Click the mic face icon and check the bell so you're notified when I post future videos. Thanks for watching.